And in recent news, Pastor Robert Morris confesses to moral failure after a woman claims he began emming her at age 12. I mean, it's a moral failure. Some might call it a felony sexual assault. Some people might call it a moral failure, potato, potato. But maybe we should look at the deets. This case is wild, and what's even more wild is exactly what you might think the church did about it. Now, here is how the pastor, the man of God, describes it. He says, when I was in my early 20s, I was involved in inappropriate sexual behavior with a young lady in a home where I was staying. It was kissing and petting and not intercourse, but it was wrong. This behavior happened on several occasions over the next few years, Morris said in a statement to the Christian Post. And if it was just that, just randomly confessing to it, many decades later, it would be one thing, but it can't be that simple. Somebody knew about it. Namely, the entire Council of Elders, because it says in March of 1987, the situation was brought to light and it was confessed and repented of. I submitted myself to the elders of Shady Grove Church and the young lady's father, and they asked me to step out of ministry and receive counseling and freedom ministry, which I did. Boy, that's interesting, because as last I knew, churches were mandatory reporters, which means what you should have done is called the damn police and had this man prosecuted. What you did do was sweep it under the rug, probably to protect the reputation of your church and not have it collapse in on itself. This is God's best. This is who he's sending. But if you might think that this characterization that was given was a little bit light, you would be right. Let's read what the woman says about her occasion when she was a little girl, because 12 is a little girl. She says, I was 12 years old. I was a little girl, a very innocent little girl, and he was brought into our home, he and his wife Debbie and their little boy Josh, and trusted and preached at the church that my dad helped to start, and then began grooming all of us to do this, which took me decades to wrap my brain around as an adult. And she says it went on for many years. He says that there was no sexual intercourse, but he did touch every part of my body and inserted his fingers into me. Absolutely terrible. A married man with a family, pastoring a church, spent years grooming this little girl and their family so that by the time she was 12, he began assaulting her. And then when things came to light, not a single person could do the responsible thing and prosecute this MFer. And now it is decades later, and I assume statute of limitations has run out. I don't know what the recourse is now, what this woman can do about it, or if there is anything that ever could have been done about it without performing like a kit. And if you know what a kit is, you know what I'm talking about. So I don't know. As it always works out, there is no justice in God's kingdom. Never. There never is. They do whatever they want. They commit horrible atrocities, and then they just pray it away. God forgave me. I went to therapy. It's okay. We don't have to have justice in this world.